Welcome to Shocking History Photos, where the calm before the storm is captured forever. Some pictures freeze memories, these freeze nightmares. What you're about to see are 20 images taken just moments before disaster struck. A laugh before the fall, a smile before the unthinkable. They look ordinary until you know what happened next. Each frame holds a final breath of calm before everything changed forever. In this haunting image, Princess Diana sits in the back seat of a black Mercedes moments before the crash that shocked the world. Beside her is Dodi Fayed. Up front are bodyguard Trevor Rees-Jones and driver Henry Paul. It was just another car ride until it wasn't. Minutes later, while fleeing paparazzi, the car slammed into a pillar in a Paris tunnel. Diana, Dodi, and Henry Paul didn't survive. Only Rees-Jones lived. This photo captures their final moments of calm before everything shattered. This photo shows a B-52 bomber flying low during a 1994 practice run at Fairchild Air Force Base. But something's wrong. It's banking too sharply. Lieutenant Colonel Bud Holland had a history of risky maneuvers. Seconds later, the plane stalled and exploded on impact, killing all four aboard. Tupac Shakur sits in the passenger seat of a BMW just after leaving the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. It's the night of the Tyson fight, and Tupac had just been in a violent scuffle inside the hotel lobby. Suge Knight is behind the wheel, driving through the Vegas Strip. Tupac looks calm, maybe even a little tired, but behind that calm was a storm brewing. Minutes later, a car pulled up beside them and opened fire. Tupac was hit multiple times and died 6 days later. This is believed to be the last image of him alive, caught between fame, chaos, and a feud that turned deadly. This photo shows Mayor William Becker inside an experimental glider during World War II. Minutes later, the left wing snapped off mid-air and the aircraft went down in front of horrified onlookers, killing everyone on board. This photo captures Pavel Kashin mid-backflip, focused and fearless. At just 20, he was one of the world's top freerunners, famous for defying gravity on rooftops. But in St. Petersburg, one misstep on a 16-story ledge proved fatal. Pavel lost his balance and fell. His friend captured this final moment, later shared by his family. Not to glorify risk, but to show how quickly thrill can turn to tragedy. This haunting photo was taken just seconds before Filipino councilman Reynaldo Dagsa was shot dead on New Year's Day in 2011. Dagsa was celebrating with his family, capturing memories at their home in Caloocan. But in the background, a man steps out of a silver car, pointing a .45 caliber pistol straight at him. The gunman fired, and the shot struck Dagsa with deadly precision. He didn't survive. The chilling image went viral and helped police catch the assassin and his accomplices within days. This photo shows Father Adelia Antonio De Carli beneath a massive cluster of helium balloons, launching into the sky to raise money for charity. Passionate but underprepared, he skipped key training despite warnings. Hours later, his satellite phone revealed confusion and a fading battery. He vanished over the ocean. Only balloon fragments, and months later, part of his body, were ever found. This haunting photo was taken just before Uruguayan Flight 571 disappeared into the Andes Mountains on October 13, 1972. The plane carried 45 people, mostly young rugby players and their friends. When it crashed, 27 survived the brutal impact, but they were trapped high in freezing remote mountains with little food or hope. Faced with impossible odds, the survivors made a desperate choice, resorting to extreme measures to stay alive. After 72 grueling days, only 16 of them were finally rescued. This intense footage comes from a dashboard camera capturing the last seconds before TransAsia Flight 235 crashed into Taiwan's Keelung River. With 58 people on board, the plane suddenly lost control right after takeoff. The pilots struggled to regain stability, but the aircraft clipped a bridge and plunged into the river below. The impact was devastating. Miraculously, 15 passengers survived, but the majority lost their lives in this tragic accident. This photo captures Harambe, the 17-year-old silverback gorilla, in his last moments at the Cincinnati Zoo in 2016. When a young boy fell into his enclosure, tensions skyrocketed. Zookeepers faced a terrifying choice: protect the child or save Harambe. Fearing for the boy's life, they made the difficult decision to shoot the gorilla. The event sparked huge debate worldwide, with many questioning if Harambe's death was truly necessary. This is one of the last photos taken of President John F. Kennedy, just seconds before his life was violently cut short. Riding in an open car through Dallas on November 22, 1963, JFK was smiling and waving to the crowd, unaware of the danger lurking nearby. Lee Harvey Oswald was poised with a rifle from the Texas School Book Depository, ready to strike. In an instant, history changed forever. This image captures the calm before a national tragedy that shook the world and left a lasting impact on America's story. This powerful photo shows Nurse Mayinga Nseka during the 1976 Ebola outbreak in Zaire. As a brave frontline worker, she cared for patients despite the danger. The virus infected 318 people and claimed 280 lives, including Mayinga's. Her story is a testament to the courage and sacrifice of those who risk everything to save others. This image captures not just a moment in history, but the human spirit standing strong against a deadly epidemic. Just hours before his life was tragically cut short, James Dean was photographed standing beside his silver Porsche 550 Spider at a gas station. He was heading to a race in Salinas, a trip he eagerly anticipated. That same day, his car collided with another vehicle along Route 466, ending the life of one of Hollywood's brightest young stars at just 24. This image remains a haunting glimpse into the final moments of an enduring icon. Robert Overacker's daring attempt to raise awareness for the homeless ended in unimaginable tragedy. On October 1, 1995, he launched himself over the edge of Niagara Falls on a jet ski, planning to deploy a parachute mid-fall and land safely below. It wasn't a reckless stunt for fame, it was a carefully planned act of advocacy, meant to grab attention for a cause he cared deeply about. But in a cruel twist of fate, his parachute failed to open. The fall had a devastating outcome. Though his body was lost to the water, his message was not. The crew of the Challenger stand together in this photo, moments before boarding the shuttle that promised history, but delivered heartbreak. Smiles, waves, and quiet confidence filled the air, each astronaut carrying dreams of exploration and triumph. Yet, within moments of liftoff, everything unraveled. The shuttle broke apart in the sky, claiming all 7 lives in front of a watching world. This image now holds a deeper weight, capturing the courage it takes to chase the unknown and the devastating cost that can come with it. Fans gathered for a semi-final match, but when a gate opened, the crowd surged uncontrollably. People were crushed against fences. 96 lives were lost, including a boy linked to Liverpool's future captain. This photo captures the final seconds of a tragedy. 3 teenage girls, Essa Ricker, Kelsey Webster, and Savannah Webster, snapped a cheerful selfie, full of life and laughter. What they didn't see was a train speeding toward them from behind. Moments later, it struck, taking all 3 lives instantly. This haunting photo captures a moment suspended between joy and devastation, a stark reminder of how quickly the ordinary can turn irreversible. Heather Price was captured in this quiet moment, gazing out over the Hoover Dam bypass bridge. What appeared to be a peaceful pause turned out to be her final one. Shortly after this photo, Heather took a heartbreaking step that forever changed the lives of those who loved her. This image freezes a fragile moment, one that reminds us how even the calmest scenes can carry unseen weight. On April 3, 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. stood on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, joined by fellow civil rights leaders. He was there to support striking sanitation workers and continue the fight for justice and dignity. This photo captures a moment of calm determination, laced with hope, tension, and danger. Just one day later, King was assassinated on that very balcony, marking a tragic turning point in the civil rights movement. Paul Walker and his friend Roger Rodas were photographed inside a Porsche Carrera GT, sharing what looked like a carefree moment. Both loved fast cars and thrill-seeking, but fate had other plans. Later that day, the car crashed into a tree at nearly 94 miles per hour, ending both their lives. The loss shocked fans worldwide, as Paul was known not just for Fast and Furious, but for his kindness and charity work. These photos remind us how fragile life truly is, how in a single heartbeat, everything can change. Behind every smile, every calm moment, there can be a storm waiting to break. If these stories moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay connected with more unforgettable moments frozen in time. Which photo shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.